Hey everyone, Creature Hunt Guy here, and coming back to you with another Godzilla figure review. And today we are reviewing none other than the Bandai Standard Angyres. Oh yeah. So let's take a look here first at the tag. This figure was released in 1989, and on the front here on the tag here is the Destroy All Monsters tag, which was used for other figures such as Rodan and Godzilla and all the others. And basically what you got here is looks like a screen publicity shot or something from the Destroy All Monsters film. And you got pictures of monsters that you almost never saw, including Baragon, which is kind of a dip, but anyway. And then you got other stuff, which I'm sure that says Angyres or something. And the old-fashioned Godzilla sticker, and then you got all this other stuff on the back too. Okay, so let's take a look at the figure itself. First, taking a look at paint job. So, as you may have guessed, this is the standard version of Angyres, and it is made of hard vinyl. It's about approximately 10 inches long, so it's a good size. Now, as for the paint job, let's I don't know if you can see in this light very well, but it is sort of a really dark color, not black, not charcoal gray exactly. It's actually very dark brown, actually. And then on his back here, you have these very colorful gold spikes all the way down to his tail. Same goes for his horns and the head spikes and his little toes. Now, for detail. Well, let's just see if we can't just get a good zoom in there. That's not zoom. There we go. Well, the eye is nice and big, just like in the movie. The teeth are individually kind of shown here. They're not just painted on either. You can see that they are sort of sculpted just a little bit. And of course, there's the big front snaggletooth teeth there. And then you got this. I've never actually understood what that was supposed to be on his head. Maybe a flock of geese went by and just decided to take a break on his head there, or what, but anyway. And then you got his spines, which are pointing in different directions, but that's okay. Then you got each individual spike as you go down his back, and then down to his tail, which, I'll let this guy off just because it's an old figure, but it really isn't that good paint job down here, because as you can see, and maybe this was just the only methods they had available back then, but even on the back you can tell that the paint is just basically sprayed on there. As you see that it kind of deteriorates on the sides here, and on the tail they wanted to make these spikes golden, but decided to not go all the way and just why not the whole thing. So that's a bit of a disappointment in the paint department, but other detail seems to be okay for especially that time. It's good enough. Yeah. So articulation. Well, articulation is good. You want to be careful with these older figures just because they are older. They're hard vinyl, not like the newer ones, which are soft. So, like I said, just be careful. But you can see that the leg moves here, not like that. Not quite a 360, it could break if you do. Then you got his legs, which move like that. If you want to have him, for some reason, do a ballet dance or something, I don't know what that... I guess the point was to kind of make it look like he could stand up like he did for maybe a nanosecond in Godzilla Raids Again. But it really looks awkward, so just... that's good enough, The tail is not able to move, and the head, just kind of goes back and forth a little, not a whole lot. So not a whole lot in the articulation department, but yes, this was one of the first Bandai figures ever made, so you gotta... And especially for then, these were leading technology figures. They were awesome back then. So really, I give them a break on that. Now for scaling. Now I don't have the Showa standard Godzilla right now, especially from the time that they made this Angyres, which would have been Godzilla 62 or 64, and if I did, it probably wouldn't be here for long, as I would go and sell it right away. But I do have Godzilla Final Wars, which is a standard size figure nonetheless, and a Godzilla at the same time, so at least I can show you what Angyres would look like up next to his superior friend. Yeah. Now, I'll admit, since this Angyres was made, some of the standard figures have... Can't even really get them in the shot here. Some of the standard figures have kind of gotten big. But, this is I'd say this is actually kind of a fair size myself. Yeah, I'd say it's about good. And you can see that, of course, Godzilla Final Wars is a good deal longer than Angyres. And bigger all around, but Angyres is supposed to be smaller, and punier, because he's just, you know, he's a little buddy. He's the guy that just follows around. He's Yogi Bear. He's Boo Boo to Yogi Bear. He's Angyres to Godzilla. He's just supposed to be little. I mean, anyway, that's my take on it. Now, Bandai never has made a standard size Godzilla 68, but I do have the 6-inch version. And just to show you what Angyres looks like next to him, yeah, of course, he is quite a bit out of proportion. But even now, I mean, if you can tell, Godzilla is about as long as Angyres from toes to tail. But Angyres is still quite a bit bigger. Yeah. But, you know, gotta make do. So, yeah, Angyres, he's a very cool figure. I would say go out and get him as soon as you can. I mean, this is a rare figure, fairly rare, especially in good condition with the tag intact and everything. I got this figure for about $50 on Clawmark Toys. I always suggest that you go there first. Also try eBay. Other places too might have them. Just check around. You really want to get a good deal on this one, because a lot of them may have been messed up over the years, because it's like, you know, 21 years old. But if you can indeed get a good one for a good price, then definitely do so, because these figures could go up in price. Who knows? And I'm sure, and they do every year. So until next time, this is, I am Creature Hunt Guy. This is Angyres on Monster Island, and I'll see you next time.